Hello and welcome back to Two Kids and a Mullet Later podcast with Lavalea and Colby. This is episode 4 and we're going to be talking about jealousy in relationships. First off, is there a healthy jealousy and an unhealthy jealousy? Or is it all just unhealthy? Because in a way, you do want your partner to be like, oh, well, that's my woman. Like, feel a somewhat of that possessiveness in a healthy way to where it doesn't become like controlling or combative and stuff like that. But I think once that jealousy becomes something where you turn it into an argument, you create assumptions, it becomes an attack, I feel like that's when it kind of oversteps the line into becoming unhealthy.
People are going to look at your spouse. Who cares? If you feel some type of way about it, I mean, grow up, honestly. Right? How are you going to get mad at your spouse because somebody else looked at them?
Or because other people think they're attractive. Like, I feel like I see that as like a win in my book. Like, if other women were looking at you and being like, damn, he's hot.
Yeah, because I'm medium ugly, so.
Whatever. I feel like knowing that other people think your spouse is attractive, like, kind of is like a high five in a way. Like, damn, they think he's hot, but he's mine. Colby has told me before that, like, when we go out places that, like, he'll catch people, like, checking me out.
Slap her on the booty and smile at them.
It never becomes, like, an issue. Like, you know, he's not gonna make a scene about it.
Fuck you looking at my wife for?
Yeah.
There's one thing looking, it's different, you know, somebody trying to come holler at them. What, you mad that you got a fine fucking spouse?
Right.
Like, damn, life sucks. My wife or my boyfriend's fucking hot. Like, oh, can't nobody look at him. Yeah.
Lost at that one.
Yeah, like, that's stupid, man.
When you cause a scene about something like that, like say it's in public or whatever, you're not only causing issues with that person who was like looking or whatever, but you're also causing issues with your partner who probably didn't even do anything. Like, you're now bringing your partner into an unhealthy, toxic situation that didn't need to happen.
Yeah, I remember I was in a relationship before. And I think we were in like Walmart, bro. And I'm just looking around, seeing like what people are doing around me. Like, you know, just paying the fuck attention to what's going on. Fuck you looking at that bitch for? Go be with her. Fuck you looking at her for? Like, just that type of shit is stupid. Like,
toxic.
Yeah. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. I ain't got the time, but I got to go.
I feel like a lot of the toxic jealousy comes from some sort of self-confidence issue or lack of self-confidence.
Self-confidence or feel some type of way because you do the same shit.
Like Colby said earlier, I feel like no matter what anyone ever says in public, on social media, whatever, everybody looks. Everyone looks at other people and assesses how they feel like they look to them. They might not say it out loud, but that is just human nature. It's something that we're going to do. It depends on if you act on those feelings is when it becomes an issue. Have y'all ever heard of intrusive thoughts? Like, people have intrusive thoughts all the time. Just because you're thinking of something doesn't mean you necessarily plan on doing that thing. Sometimes thoughts will just pop in your mind without, like, unwarranted. Like, they'll just appear there. And then you have to sit there with yourself and make the decision, like, does this thought hold any weight? Or is this just a thought that I'm going to let come in, go out? That's it. But I do think that a lot of jealousy that turns into a lot of toxicity does come from some type of self-image, trust, self-confidence issue. I'm not only saying that as far as like physical wise, like it doesn't even have to be like, oh, I don't think I look as good as those people, but it can come from like a confidence, trust issue with you and your partner. So like not having that full on trust with your partner. So you start making these assumptions that maybe your partner will go and do things that are, you know, not okay or against your boundaries in y'all's relationship. You have to be careful about those fears that you have internally being projected onto your partner when they may not even be doing anything wrong.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's like you get mad at your partner for doing something they ain't even did. So then they're like, "Fuck it, you're already mad about it. Now I might as well do it."
You know how many times I've heard like men say that?
Yeah,
Like I'm talking like it's like the man gets to the point, or maybe even the woman gets to the point where they're like, well, you made such a fucking big deal about it already. Like,
yeah,
fine, I'll go do it just to show you like how it really feels.
yeah,
Which again, that in itself is also very toxic behavior. But
yeah, definitely.
that blind rage and jealousy just kind of like takes over people, and then you start to fully project that onto your partner. You could end up ruining something that could be super good for you.
Yeah, yeah. It's just also a matter of maturing. Always trying to start a fight and stuff. Like, bro, you're not in a little high school relationship no more. You grown, so act like it.
In saying all of that, though, I will say I don't feel like it falls on the person who has like the self image issues and maybe the trust issues. I don't think it's fully their responsibility to fix that. Some of that comes from your partner constantly showing you that you can trust them,
Love and affection.
not doing things that breaks the trust, them being a major part of building your self-confidence. Because I feel like I have always had issues with or being very self-critical of myself, but one thing that Colby always does is he just like shuts that right up. Like I'll sit there and be like, oh, you know, my hair looks ugly, or like I look fat, or whatever I say to myself. And Colby like immediately is like, bitch, you fine as hell. Like he shuts down that like negative.
The nonsense, because you fine as fuck.
I will say like a lot of my self-confidence that I have been able to grow over time has a lot to do with how Colby treats me and like how he speaks to me and acts towards me and all of that. I could see how if you were in a relationship where your partner like never gives you any type of affirmations, like
Yeah,
never tells you how hot you are or pretty or beautiful or like, damn, you just look good today or whatever, how that could make you feel. Or maybe he's not as attracted to me as I thought, or vice versa. I saw this video, I think it was like yesterday, where this man was saying, when you think something positive about somebody else, tell them. Don't keep it in your brain. You're robbing them of that affirmation that you could just easily give to them. So I feel like a lot of people do that though, is that they might think nice things about their partner, but they don't take the initiative to actually tell them that.
yeah.
There's a difference between loving someone and them feeling loved by you.
I love you.
I love you. Do you feel like social media and like this comparison culture that we have going on has just like totally added to jealousy?
You see these people all on Facebook, Instagram, blah blah blah, TikTok, same shit. Oh, we're such a loving couple. Like we love each other so much. We're always doing this, that, and for each other. And it's all just a front, bro. Y'all motherfuckers don't even like each other. You can't even stand being around each other. How do you go from fucking fighting to fucking taking pictures together and then go back to fighting? You only see online what they're putting out to the world, that they're so happy and they're doing all this and that. So you want to do all this and that because they don't even like each other. If you truly just love your partner, like just do what makes both of y'all happy. Stop trying to be like all these other motherfuckers. Social media isn't real life. That's what people don't comprehend.
A lot of people get lost in it for sure.
I mean, cause shit, we ain't perfect. It's like people that only post pictures of them doing shit with their kids, but every time you see them, they ain't got their damn kids. They just put on a facade just to show social media, that to make people think that they're a good person.
A lot of people are always going to put their best foot forward on social media. But back to it being like another person, you have to also think like, I always hear this debate all the time. Like, if my husband is liking other women's pictures on social media, does that count as cheating or does that count as disrespect? But again, from what Colby was just saying, you have to think that those girls that are on Instagram, on social media, or whatever, a lot of them are fake. They're using Facetune, they're using filters and editors. You cannot look at those women and allow it to like eat at your brain, thinking like, why am I not like that? Or how can I get like that? Because a lot of them are fake. Back to my original question though, is does that count as disrespect or cheating?
It's not that big of a deal if you ask me, but I mean,
Yeah, I was
so
gonna.
that's just my opinion on it. Everybody
Right.
feels a different way, but
That's what I was gonna say. Is like I think again, this is very subjective.
yeah. For that same person, you cannot tell me they don't watch a movie or see some person singing and think, damn, they're fine. You can't tell me. Like, everybody does it. I do not care.
Apparently, if it's not clear enough, me and Colby don't care about these things. Like, Colby could like whatever pictures on Instagram. I don't care. I could like whatever pictures on Instagram. He doesn't care. I think when it becomes an issue is if you have clearly, and let me underline the word clearly, set that boundary in your relationship from the beginning, that was like something that you was like off the table for you. You do not like, you're asking them not to do those things and they agreed to it. They were fine with it. Then you catch them doing it secretively. Like, I feel like that's where, it becomes sneaky.
Yeah, because I already told her she ain't allowed to eat gushers no more. I'm the only thing busting in that mouth. You probably can't put that in there.
Probably not. I don't think it holds as much weight as people make it seem. But again, that's just because that's what me and Colby have decided in our relationship.
Yeah, because every time we go out in public, I make her take her glasses off. I'm the only man she's allowed to see. You see how dumb that is? It's the same shit.
I mean, if you've decided in your own relationship that that is something that y'all are just not gonna do, and you're both fine with that, there's no issues. Like, kudos to you. Keep pushing. Keep doing it.
Look, if it's working, keep like y'all are doing great, fantastic. Like, proud of you. As long as both of y'all are happy and ain't no flugazy shit going on, I mean, keep on doing what you do.
Basically, what I'm saying is like we're not focused on is it right or is it not. My focus more so on this subject is like the fact of trust. So whatever y'all decided, if that is the boundary, then that trust needs to be maintained.
Yeah.
And if it's not being maintained, then that's an issue. Because not only are you now having to worry about whatever other woman he's looking at, but it's really the trust. It's that you told me that we weren't going to do this, or I told you we weren't going to do this, and you still continued to do something that you knew would make me upset.
Yeah.
Or hurt my feelings.
100%. Because also, like, I never gave you like any type of reason like not to trust me or anything like that. Like, you're the only woman I fucking care about. Like, I come home to you every day. I'm try to do any sneaky type shit, and that's where a lot of people fuck up. Like, they be trying to do sneaky shit and get fucking busted, and then they wonder why their partner's always second guessing what they're doing. Because motherfucker, if you would have been doing right to begin with, they wouldn't have that second doubt because you already done fucked up. So of course they ain't gonna fucking trust you, and they're always gonna be thinking you're up to something. Stop trying to compare yourself to other people on social media. And for people wanting to post stuff on social media, make sure you have a life worth being seen to post before posting and trying to make up some random life to be seen. You want to be genuine with yourself and what you're putting out in the world. Like, don't just try to start posting random, like, fake shit to try to be like other people. Be yourself and post that shit, because that's what's going to make it at the end of the day.
People love, like, the vulnerability. How do I say that word? People love the vulnerable. I'm not even going to try it.
Vulnerability. Vulnerability.
It's so hard to say.
Vulnerability.
People love authenticity. That is always going to be what sells over the fake makeup bullshit. I think one of the most important things is that if you do feel that like twang of jealousy, or you feel like you have concerns about something that your partner is doing that is making you feel jealous, if you decide to confront them about it, it needs to not come across as an instant attack.
Yeah, I mean, just have a normal conversation. Don't fucking get mad. Like, start, motherfucker, you done it. Like, nah.
Also, it falls on the person who is being told,
Yeah,
because
people don't like criticism.
right. But if you are in a partnership, your partner should be able to freely express anything that makes them feel some type of way. You not immediately getting defensive or also attacking back. So it needs to be like a very calm, cool, collected conversation. And then you find solutions. You figure out what is that next step. Don't focus too hard on the immediate thing and just like making it go around in circles like a freaking merry-go-round. It needs to move on to, what do we do from here? Like, what can I do to make it to where you don't feel like that ever again?
Yeah.
You know, he builds up my self-confidence, but I also try to build up his as well. Like, just because he's a man doesn't mean he doesn't want to hear, like, I tell him all the time, I'm like, you're so hot. You are sexy as fuck. Like, damn. I literally hit on him all the time. It needs to be mutual. Just because they're a man, don't forget about them. Like, they want to hear that too.
You got to remind your partner that they're the finest thing ever.
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 Another thing that can help kind of like your partner build that self-confidence up as well is just being supportive of things that they do as far as like self-care. Like for women, like, I like putting on makeup sometimes, and I like doing my hair, and I like getting dressed up. Sometimes we don't even have anywhere special to go. We could be going to Walmart. I'm about to walk in Walmart and have a little fashion show. Every time that I do that, though, Colby never questions me about why I'm getting dressed up, why I'm putting makeup on. He never rushes me when I'm putting makeup on, when I'm doing my hair, anything like that.
That's because I'm not even ready myself. I'll sit here and wait till she's done before I get ready.
He doesn't make it an issue though. Like,
Yeah.
you never make me feel bad about it, because you know that doing things like that makes me feel good, and it makes me feel better about myself sometimes. Like, it is a proven fact that when you put more effort into your outside appearance, sometimes it can relate to your mental energy and just like how you feel inside. I used to have an ex, which this was like a long, long time ago, but he would do that. Like, anytime I tried to put eyeliner on, like, I wasn't even putting a full face of makeup on, I would just start to do my eyeliner, and he would ask me, why are you getting so dressed? Like, why are you putting makeup on? Who are you trying to look good for? That was the most discouraging thing, to like want to do something that I knew was going to make me feel better and that I was doing for myself. And then for someone who at the time I really liked or loved to basically turn it into an attack and be like, well, you're only doing your makeup because you want to look good for other men, and I'm not going to be with you, so there's no reason for you to wear makeup. Like, that is such toxic behavior.
It's like that song they made. Some boys take a beautiful girl and hide her away from the rest of the world. Why you want to do that, bro? Like, flaunt your shit. Be proud of it. Shit.
That really does tear a woman down. Like, it does, whenever you don't allow her to take that time for her self-care, because a lot of women, especially mothers, don't even really have the time or make the time for that self-care. So it's like, when they do get a chance to do that, you should encourage the fuck out of that and be proud of them for placing themselves at that importance, because usually they're placing everyone else above them. So the fact that they're taking the initiative to be like, you know what, actually, I am important, and I do want to do things that make me feel good and make me happy. As her partner, you should be like the biggest one, like the clapping for her and being like, hell yeah. Like, I'm so proud of you, you know?
We're in the Dominican,
Mm-hmm.
and you were doing the little dance show.
Oh my God.
I was front center in that son of a bitch screaming, boy. They're like, is this your wife? Hell yeah, motherfucker.
We went with some family to a resort in the Dominican Republic. It was called the Rio Palace or something like that. It was so much fun. Great place. Would go back. We were in the pool one day. It's an adults only resort. So we were in the pool one day and they had a dance contest for women. And I was one of the girls that they chose to go up there. And of course, you know, people are popping that thing, like getting it. So I went up there and I showed out, did the splits, wrapped myself up in a pretzel, was looking, I don't know, it was crazy. There was lots of things happening. I was a little drunk. I won, first of all, got first place. But again, the whole time that I was up there, Colby was literally screaming, like, that's my wife. Like, it was.
You gotta be number one fan all the time.
Colby has always been my number one fan. And I think that that's another reason why, like, I just appreciate, not even that I appreciate, but I know the love that he has for me. And I know that he cares about me. And I have that trust in him because no matter what, he has always supported me in anything I've done. It doesn't matter what it is.
It also helped. They were spitting shots in each other's mouths. Fantastic.
That was, what a time. What a time. Dominican Republic, we'll be back. So, you know, jealousy is going to be something as a human that's going to happen. It is a human emotion. And I think no matter how much therapy you go to, how much, you know, self work you do on yourself, there will always be jealousy can creep in at any time, you know, anywhere. But what really is important, how you sit with that feeling, how you react to other people because of that feeling, especially towards people you love. But just make sure that in your relationship that you're setting healthy boundaries. You both are keeping those boundaries in respect for each other.
And if any little problems occur or you feel any type of jealousy about anything, be an adult, talk about it, work through it. And that's what's going to help y'all last and help everything work out good.
So this has been episode 4 of the Two Kids and a Mullet Later podcast. Thank y'all so much for listening. And if you're on YouTube, for watching us. And we'll see you next time.
Bye. Bye, Felicia.
Oh, my...
God damn them cheeks. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that share button. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Put me on YouTube.
You are on YouTube. Colby has no idea what's going on half the time. This is what happens when you're the talent. You have no idea what's going on. He just shows up.